So I'm joined today by Harold Sellers, plant manager at the North Okanagan Gleaners Production Plant, processing plant, I guess, Harold.
Yes.
Thanks for having us in. We're really quite interested to hear a little bit about the Gleaners, what you guys do, and the end product and where it goes.
Well, happy to have you here. Our major product here is a dehydrated vegetable soup mix that we produce from donated vegetables, and we package that, and that's supplied then to aid organizations that do humanitarian work overseas. This is the sample of the end product. So that bag we'll make 100 servings of soup. Wow. When it's all cooked up. We occasionally get apples in, and we will do something similar to that, but it will package it as a fruit snack or a fruit treat. So apples are something we're getting around this time of year as well.
And most everything that's done here is by volunteer?
Everything is volunteer. I'm the only full-time paid staff here. We have a part-time person here as well.
So Harold, we saw a pretty neat bulletin board just outside the store with all the name tags of the volunteers that do come in here. Mm-hmm. Ballpark number of volunteers that help out?
Each day the number can vary, but it was usually somewhere between 20 and 50. And on a regular basis, we do get school groups and sometimes business groups as well. Okay. Companies will send some employees here for some volunteer work. Our major funding source is a used furniture and appliance store that we run in Vernon. And people can make use of that store by donating furniture they no longer need. Or if they're looking for furniture, it's a great place to go and shop. There's a full-time manager there, but everybody working in the store is a volunteer, and they probably have somewhere around 30 to 50 people, I think, that they would draw upon to keep the store staffed.
So what's the general process?
We take the vegetables in, and in most cases we have to go and pick them up from the grower, the farmer, the supplier. Fresh vegetables, we will wash them, and then we trim them, and then we put them through a dicing machine and put them into the small little bits you see in this bag of dried product, and that's then spread onto trays, which go into large drying rooms where you dry with hot air, and it dries overnight. And the next day we take the material off of the trays, put it in barrels, and warehouse it until we're ready to blend the soup mix.
So do you have the Colonel's 11 herbs and spices in the soup, or?
Well, it's not quite a secret recipe, but it almost varies every day by a little bit.
Perfect. I did notice that there's some medical supplies out there, and I don't see any in that soup bag.
That's right. Most of it wouldn't fit into a bag like this. The medical is something that this Gleaners is also involved with. It's something that's unique to our Gleaners. There's no other Gleaners in Canada handling surplus medical equipment. We receive donated surplus medical equipment and all kinds of supplies from local hospitals, nursing homes. And again, we make it available free of charge to aid organizations, and it goes overseas.
What are you guys doing locally to help out the community?
Right. Well, that's a very good question. And some of our growers that supply us, they, with their permission, we're also able to sometimes donate extra vegetables to the upper mission. Okay. Because sometimes even we get more than we can handle. There is a program operating at our store where a percentage of the furniture that's taken in by the store is then made available to the community. So someone that's can't afford to furnish their own apartment, for example, they could work through a local church or a neighborhood link, and then via that link they'll connect up with our store, and the store will watch for the items that individual needs and will supply them free of charge to help them furnish their apartment or home.
What kind of a message can we send out to our locals in the Okanagan if they're looking to lend a hand?
There are many ways that people could help out. The most critical need here, I suppose, is volunteers. We can almost always use more volunteers. And as we grow, of course, we need more. So if people have time on their hands during the day, and we just run a morning shift here, on weekdays, they can come out and volunteer.
And if you do volunteer, you get fed while you're here.
Very well, I might add.
Beth,
you did a great job.
Do you approve?
I approve.
All right.
Well done, Beth.
My agent.